Now, Bitcoin has been trading at more than 10K for 65 days since the end of July 2020. Ethereum miners are bathing in champagne and getting them Lambos. The median Defi asset has dropped 40% in the last 30 days. Welcome to the Coin Post. Today we're having some positive news, like the Bitcoin record for keeping the price above $10,000, the adoption of private coins by cryptocurrency exchanges, the possibility of making money on the stock market using stablecoins, and $11 billion injected into the decentralized finance sector. And let me remind you that the more people subscribe to our YouTube channel, the faster Bitcoin price hits $20,000. So get yourselves comfortable, get a cup of your favorite drink, and get ready to watch the video. Let's start. As I closely watched the Bitcoin price, the miners worked hard to get 18.5 million coins, which means that now there will be 2.5 million Bitcoins. In addition, given the future halvings, miners will need about 100 years to do so. So Bitcoin is becoming an increasingly scarce asset every day. And every crypto enthusiast kind of knows that. But when you look at the numbers, it's only then that you begin to fully understand that. Especially if these are the numbers of the Grayscale cryptocurrency fund that bought 17,000 bitcoins in the last 7 days. In total, there are almost 450,000 bitcoins in their closets, which is 2.4% of the current issue of the first cryptocurrency. Why do you think they need them so much? Researchers from Glassnode were also optimistic. According to their data, we have a new high of bitcoins that have not moved for almost 2 years. They also note a sharp drop in the number of active Bitcoin wallets, 16% in a day. These metrics are telling us that everyone holds on to Bitcoin, no one wants to sell it, and we're waiting for it to go up to $20,000 or even $100,000 per Bitcoin. And there's one more interesting metric. The Bitcoin passed the previous high of consecutive days above $10,000. It used to be 62 days. I got 61 for some reason on the chart. It was from December 2017 to January 2018. Now, Bitcoin has been trading at more than 10K for 65 days since the end of July 2020, which indicates the strong position of buyers who are ready to keep this level further. But as you know, every coin has two sides and each person tends to trust their gut. I mean, if you believe in the Bitcoin growth, this chart confirms the strength of the bulls. And if you're waiting for a fall, then you'll probably say that since the Bitcoin set a new high, the bulls will be exhausted next and will have the correction. And it also makes sense, and it's true, it just depends on how you look at the chart. By the way, we had a cool interview the other day with Carl from the Moon channel, where we discussed various important topics. If you missed it, I suggest checking it out. You can find the link in the description box. There we also discussed whether Bitcoin price is now in the bull market or it's gonna drop to $7,000. So that's all with Bitcoin, and we're moving on to the top 2 cryptocurrency, because everyone is curious whether it's Ethereum 2.0, right? Ethereum miners are bathing in champagne and getting them Lambos. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but since the beginning of 2020, they've earned $276 million only on transaction fees. The Bitcoin miners got only $146 million for the same job. Whereas users of the top 2 cryptocurrency blockchain don't share the same enthusiasm because they have to pay $2 per transaction. And these are the minimum figures that we saw on September 26, after which the prices went up again. While making the video, the average transaction fee on Ethereum exceeds $3.5 compared to $2.5 for Bitcoin. And I'll remind you that Bitcoin is traded today at 10,700, whereas Ethereum is traded at 355. A switch to the POS algorithm, aka Ethereum 2.0, should become the long-awaited rescue from network congestion, which led to commission fee increase. The good news on September 29th was that the developers launched the final Spadina testnet with a 3-day life cycle. That is 3 days, and everything will be ready for the launch on the main network. But before we knew it, we started getting the bug reports. So they are gonna make another testnet, which I hope will be complete this time. In the meantime, let's keep our fingers crossed, because Defi is not going anywhere. So Joseph Lubin, the creators of Consensus, announced the opening of a new company, Mesh, which is gonna develop DeFi. And what's going on in the decentralized finance sector today, let's talk next, right after you give us a thumbs up, because we're halfway through. DeFi tokens are still with us, and the main project keeps working successfully despite the barrage of criticism and mistrust. I'm involved too, because I don't like things to grow by hundreds and thousands of percent in a matter of days for no apparent reason. While some of the predictions of the critics began to come true, hackers break new protocols and cheaters do exit scams. And if you look at this market as a whole, the median DeFi asset has dropped 40% in the last 30 days. According to the CoinMarketCap, the capitalization of DeFi project is currently over $12 billion. Chainlink is in the first place, which dropped 50% of the peak price. And I'm not gonna make its price prediction. It's a very turbulent asset, but it's been recently correlated with Bitcoin. And if it continues to behave this way, you can expect a further decline, assuming that bears take the lead and lower the Bitcoin below 10k. Another famous token of the year in finance project also got 50% cheaper, and I assume that its ecosystem continues to evolve, but the price so far shows no attempts to set a new high. Then there are two more coins that you've heard about. One is a token of the decentralized exchange Uniswap, which made its users extremely rich. Its current value is $4, and there also has been a decent drop from its high of $7. But if you remember that they were actually handed out almost for free, just for using the platform, the price still looks very good. In addition, it's widely believed that the token price will be increasing as the exchange develops. Mind that it's not my opinion or financial advice, I'm just giving you the information so you can take note of it. Uniswap is now the #1 DeFi project in terms of blocked funds. By the way, the dollar amount of DeFi funds is $11 billion, and it's already risen above that level. The last token I want to mention is a clone of Uniswap called SushiSwap. Yes, the same project where the lead developer first took $15 million and then kind of repented and returned the funds. But as you can see on the chart, the current price illustrates such uncertainties in the team's work, and if the maximum rate was $11, the current rate is just above $1. I'm gonna finish with the tokens on that, and next we're talking about cryptocurrency exchanges that learned to send private transactions. But first of all, I want to remind you that it's important that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. The more viewers we have, the more awesome content I'm gonna make. Let's start with the most exciting piece of news. Known for its complete compliance with all the regulatory norms, the Winklevoss Brothers Gemini exchange has announced the possibility of withdrawing shielded Zcash. This is very important news because Japanese exchanges already started to share private cryptocurrencies, and regulators in other countries were expected to provide similar advice. However, it remains a secret under what conditions Gemini started working with private Zcash addresses. Because they have to account, and in fact a user can use a secure address. But it won't stop an exchange from leaking all information about his account to the tax office. So the news is pretty cool, but the nuances should be clarified. The next piece of news will please those who've been waiting to trade in the stock market. But they are into cryptocurrency and they're not gonna open an account with a broker. The Bitfinex exchange has launched perpetual contracts that track equity market indices for USDT stablecoin. As you know, Tether and Bitfinex are not the most reliable pals. There are too few indices and they're European, but at least it's something in terms of integration of the cryptocurrency and stock markets. And we're finishing on the bad news from KuCoin exchange users. The block analyst Larry Chermak did some accounting of the KuCoin hack based on the wallets and concluded that there was nearly 280 million of assets stolen, not 150 million as reported. He believes that the stock exchange will be able to recover about 50% of the stolen tokens, but even then, they don't have enough money in the insurance fund to compensate the users. I'll keep monitoring the situation on KuCoin and informing you. Share this video with your friends, family and associates to keep them updated. and I'm looking forward to your comments below the video. Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.